A's Extra.
We're back here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. The fog has certainly rolled into Veterans Field, and we are in our first fog delay of the summer. Halfway through the fifth inning, the host Chatham Anglers leading the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 5-2 here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. So we're about 5 to 7 minutes into what they labeled a 15-minute fog delay, and we are joined by a very special guest, a Cape Cod Baseball League Hall of Famer and a two-time former Chatham A, Rik Currier. Rik, great to be with you.
Yeah, it's amazing to be here. Love it.
You're back at Veterans Field. How often did you see fog in your 2 years with the Chatham A's?
Oh, I would say probably around 4 or 5 times.
What do you think about it right now? Is this playable?
I think so. I don't know if it's going to get any better. So, I think when I was playing and they had the fog out, it was real fog out. So, we'll see. We'll see what they come up with.
You played for USC. You won a national championship there. You played for Chatham in '98 and '99. Won a ring with the Anglers, the last championship team for Chatham. 7-0 in your second season with the Anglers. When you think back a couple decades, what do you remember most about your 2 summers here on the Cape?
Man, I think about working the camp. That was my job as a player. Work the camp, and then would come back, take a short nap, and then come back to the ball field and play baseball. So there wasn't very much time to do very much else, and so I just think it was just, the camaraderie. I had both years I had 3 other roommates, and so developed some good relationships with them, and it was just fun just coming out here and playing baseball, and with all the different players in the team coming from all over the country, and knowing that this was just like a special place to play. It's like the pinnacle of the college summer leagues, and and I was talking earlier today, I was just like, man, this is the pinnacle of college baseball, summer league, and it's like one of the best places in the nation to vacation, so it's like, what a great place this is. And sometimes you look back and you're like, you don't really necessarily like enjoyed what was actually here. Yeah. So it's fun to come back and like reminiscing and stuff. But sometimes I'm just like, I wish I would have, as a player, wish I would have like enjoyed, gave myself a little more like leeway to enjoy it here. Because it's a special place, and just fond memories, playing here.
What are some of the parts of your summers in Chatham that you miss the most when you reflect back?
I guess like the crowd, I remember like taking the hat, going around and like not really, not caring. Because like a lot of guys, they don't want to go do it, and I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. It's something different, It just seems like it's like Groundhog's Day, like over and over and over. But like going around and doing passing the hat and stuff, and then working the camps with the kids and all that, and just the camaraderie with the players as well. That's awesome.
This is your first trip back to Chatham since when?
06.
Okay.
I haven't come to watch a game since I played.
Wow.
But 06 when I was inducted in the Hall of Fame. That was the last time I was here.
How special is it to bring your family this time around?
Yeah, it was luckily we came out to the Cooperstown to play in the 12U, like that big tournament that they have out there. We had like 68 teams out there, out in Oneonta, and so we just figured, since we're out here, might as well come down and check out, see if they had a game. And tonight was the game that we would come and see, and we're going to be Brock, my son, and I were going to be heading out tomorrow. So just come in and see a few friends and all that, you know, and then heading out. So this is just a good ending to.
And you get to see some fog.
Yes. You know, it's funny because it's like, you know, when we were playing, it was just like, you know, like I say, it's like Groundhog's Day. It was just like, you know, repetition. And just sometimes it gets a little old and long. And you know, after the college season, you come here and it's just like, and then you see in the morning, and you knew you had a home game here, and there was fog. We were like, yes, we have a fog out today, you know. So that's a fun, you know, thing to, you know, look back on and be like, yeah, that's, you know, there's definitely no fog today. So I thought for sure we would get it in, but.
Well, you got 5 innings,
yeah,
4.5.
It's a complete game.
Exactly.
Popped up during the day, almost during batting practice.
Yeah.
It caught us off guard a little bit, and we were hesitant as to whether we were going to get 9 innings in today. And I don't know, still up on the table. But back to your induction for a second.
Yeah.
What did that honor mean to you when it comes to your baseball career?
It was at the time I was I got released, and it was just like I had a year off. When I got inducted, or a year off from when I got released and stuff. So it got me thinking. Like, I was 26 at the time. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back and play. So I got, you know, I played. I went back into semi-pro. Played in the Golden Baseball League for the Long Beach Armada and all that stuff. And it was just kind of like a time to enjoy baseball again. I think when I got into pro ball, it became like a job, and, you know, the pressure was on and all that stuff, and there was like the camaraderie with teams and all that stuff wasn't exactly there in pro ball. So it just the love of the game, I felt like I lost it a little bit, and so when I came going back, I just felt like I wanted to play near home and, you know, enjoy playing baseball again. That kind of being inducted kind of brought that back in. But now, you know, it's like I look back, and sometimes it's hard to picture myself playing against the guys like this, because you're away from the game and you're away from these huge guys, right? I'm a 5'10" right-handed pitcher, and like I'm sure I played against huge guys like that, but it didn't like register to me like I'm facing this guy. This guy's a huge dude. It was just competing, you know. Now I'm just like, wow, I did. You know, you kind of look back and you're like, wow, I did that, you know. So it's pretty cool knowing like all those guys that did make it into the Hall of Fame, and some of the guys that haven't that played in this league. It's pretty cool to think about that I'm you know, that I was there and you know, up there with those guys. So
we've got a conversation right now at the point. Both managers, all 3 umpires. If you're just joining us, we're with Cape League Hall of Famer, 2-time former A Rik Currier, and we're in a fog delay with Chatham up 5-2 halfway through the 5th at Veterans Field. Who are some of the best, maybe big leaguers you played against, or big names that you remember from your time on the Cape?
I remember pitching against Mark Teixeira. And then, you know, it's like Chase Utley, you know. So those are guys that kind of stick out. And, you know, Chase Utley played against him quite a bit because he was a UCLA guy. So, yeah. So
believe they called it.
They have just called the game. So Chatham, through 4.5 innings at Veterans Field, wins it over Hyannis 5-2 on a fog-ended game cut short through 4.5 innings at Veterans Field.
Rik Currier brought a win.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a homecoming without a fog out.
So Chatham's back in the win column to 5-5 on the summer. What did you, maybe were you surprised most about coming back, or things that are new, or maybe even the ballpark here in Chatham?
Yeah, well, so when I came back in 06, they redid the dugouts.
Yep.
So that was anything new. The neighboring Little League field over there, that's where we had our the camps, and that's kind of like, doesn't look like there've been too many camps over there recently. I think they do it here at the Veterans Field. But other than that, nothing too much has changed here, other than the press box and the snack bar over there. But the thing that stuck out to me was when I took my son Brock down to the lighthouse, and then looking out at the water, like the sandbar, it wasn't there when I was here.
Yeah.
So it was like just completely open. And but it's interesting how that has changed. But the town, everything's pretty much has stayed the same. So it's pretty cool. That's the charming part about this place. You look back and we had like the All-Star game on July 4th, All-Star game or something where it was like, it was I don't know if it was on July 4th or the All-Star game, but it was like, it was in the summer. It was the All-Star game, and they had it here, and it was just amazing. They had the home run hitting contest and all that, and it was just like a special place to play baseball.
One big change has come to Chatham, at least since you played. John Schiffner no longer the manager of the A's. He's now working as assistant coach with the Falmouth Commodores. But we got to ask you, because you've got the experience, what was it like playing for John Schiffner?
As a player, I didn't really say much. Looking back at it, I didn't. They just gave me the ball, and I just went out and just performed. I'm sure it was kind of like difficult for him to, or any coach to figure out what I was thinking, because I just went out and performed and pitched, But now, he was like, on my end, it was really easy to play for, as long as you're doing your job, everything's all good. So I'm actually having breakfast with him tomorrow. So
there you go.
It'll be fun to catch up with him. Yeah.
You spoke to the team before the game, right?
Yes.
What was kind of the message to the current Chatham A's as they keep going on the summer season?
I told them just basically kind of like what I was talking to you guys about. It's a long season. They go through the fall league, whatever they do in the fall. We had at SC, we had fall ball, and then it's a quick Christmas break, and then we're right into the season. And then you come out here and, you're playing day after day after day. And so it's like you get caught up in, your job and to perform and all that stuff. And I was just like, you know what, this is the best league that you're going to play in college. And this is the place where people come and for their vacations, and and so it's like, you stop and think about this is an amazing experience, and 20 years from now you're going to be coming with your kid and watching this, and it's going to go by quick. I played till I was 29, and that's a lot longer than a lot of guys have played, and it's and it still goes by quick, and so it's just enjoy the experience. It's you're going to look back and it's like a blink of the eye, and it's gone.
Not many people can say that they've won both a Cape League championship and a College World Series. You won both in the same year. Can you walk us through how much of a roller coaster that was?
Yeah, as a freshman coming into SC and stuff, it's like you're fighting for your a starting job and all that stuff, and that was a roller coaster, just being a freshman in college baseball. And towards the end, I started kind of coming into my own, and I started against Mississippi State in the College World Series, pitched really well, and then 3 days rest, I came into the College World Series as the starter as a freshman, and the score ended up being 21-14. So I didn't stick around very long, but I do know I struck out the side in the first inning, so that was good. I couldn't get out at second.
You could have told us that all the runs were scored after you left,
Yeah.
and we would have believed you. So.
Yeah, and so after all, it was just like the up and down like World Series, and win it, and it was amazing, and like we come home, and I'm like it's just like, geez, I'm tired, and it's like I'm gonna hang out home for a couple, like maybe a week, I was thinking. And then I get a call from my coach at SC. He's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's like, you should, book your flight. You're going out to the Cape. Let's go. And so I come out to the Cape, and my first outing was in Orleans, and I gave up like a game-winning home run or something like that. And so it was like, okay, I'm back at it.
Start of a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah. So it's like, so that was fun. And then, it's just like, oh, this is great. Like, what can, win the College World Series, come in, win the Cape League championship, and it's just like, yeah, cloud nine, And so, but, my college experience was amazing. We went to the College World Series 3 times out of the 4 years I was there. And so, not every time you go to the College World Series and win, but we won quite a bit, so it was a lot of fun.
Back at Rosenblatt in Omaha, right?
Yeah, we called it Rosenblast. It was just like, it was a short porch, and those bats were pretty poppy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure you loved the wood bats here on Cape Cod.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. Especially when guys, this is a tough league to come and hit. Pitching doesn't really change all that much. It's just the hitting part is the one where they're like, they have to like really figure out how to hit with a wood bat, and so it was definitely something that I didn't mind.
Well, Rick, we don't want to take up too much of your time. Obviously, game over here at Veterans Field with the fog out. But we thank you for joining us, bringing your son back to Chatham. Welcome back to Chatham, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. I just, it's been amazing to be here, and like, the welcoming that I got from some of the people here, Bob Sherman, Peter Troy, and Jenner Hayes. It's been amazing.
Well, we appreciate you for taking the time up here in the booth. Enjoy the rest of your trip out to Chatham. Enjoy it. Enjoy breakfast with Shift tomorrow.
All right.
And safe trip home.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Rick.